Come on, you Orns. 3 wins. 3 wins. On the bounce. It's what you love to see. Oh, we got it done. We got it done in the end. It was nervy, but we got it. And towards the end, you just felt it was going to be really scary. They were going to score an equaliser and we were going to have our dreams of going back up to third dashed. But we did it. We did it. 3 wins, lads. And that is more good Watford play. The first half, lovely. Second half, not so much. A little bit out of our control. But we got the job done. It's what we do. We get 3 points. And, yeah, it was exactly as I predicted. Again, second game in a row, we've got it bang on. So, love that. And also, I predicted Pedro to score. He went and scored, you know. It is what we do. Now, the goal for Derby was in fact an own goal, but we will get to that. And we're going to start off with the Watford goals. Now, in that first half, we were absolutely bossing it, looking absolutely brilliant, full of energy, full of pressing, and full of very good counter-attacking. And the main reason for that was the pace of Sarr in behind. He's looking so good. He's got the fullbacks, you know, on toast. He just always gets past them. But generally, constructing and running the show in that first half, just really looking amazing. It was my favourite Watford player, Will Hughes. Hughes here. What a player. He looked brilliant. And he won the ball back tenaciously. And then we went forward. We looked good. We slipped the ball to Ismail Assar from the pass from Kiko. And he just runs down that byline. He gets there. He shows the very much strength and pace. And he clips it in. And it's João Pedro in the middle of the box. Who's there? The prime, predator. The fox in the box. And I'll admit, there's a little bit of luck involved in this. But it's a good ball in from Sarr. And it deflects off Andre Wisdom. And it rebounds off João Pedro. Off his heel. So it looks quite nice, even if he didn't intend it. But he's getting in the right areas, and it's a great ball and a great general team goal from the Golden Boys. So 19 minutes in, Watford 1, Derby County 0. João Pedro with his 8th of the season. What a season he's having. And once again, he was in my fantasy team. Hey. But then we felt as though we wanted to extend our lead. We saw in the game that we played against Bristol City how getting the second very soon after can massively make your night a successful one. And we did that. Amazing stuff. Just 3 minutes later, or, 2 goals in the space of 3 minutes on 21 minutes. Or maybe it was a 22, I don't know. But the point is, I think it was 2 minutes later. And we were just rapid. And the goal was scored by Will Hughes this time. So instead of constructing the chance and winning the ball back, he was the one that was finishing it. And it was just really good football from Watford. Cleverly getting a challenge in, getting stuck in. Maybe the Derby player should have won the 50-50 there, but he gets there. And the ball just spins out to the edge of the box, right on the right-hand side. And Chalobah just gets there. And he's got really good awareness, where he just back heels it. Really, really nice. For Will Hughes, and Hughes just guides it, curls it into that bottom corner. João Pedro tried to snatch it off him to get some more points for my fantasy team, but Hughes was given the goal. It went straight in, past the goalie, 2-0 after 21 minutes. Have a bit of that. Friday night fever. Brilliant, brilliant stuff to get those goals and really give ourselves a lift in the game. Recently, we've been doing that. Last few, the last 10 or so games before this, we were starting slow and having to pay for it because then we'd run out of time in a game. But we're actually starting quicker, which is really, really good to see. And it was, a very nice goal for Will Hughes. He just looked like a very good player today and just constructed a lot of our attacking threats. Second half, it went a bit pear-shaped. Now, before the first half ended, Derby had a goal. They got in the back of the net, but it was disallowed. Fortunately disallowed, and I'll admit, we might have got away with this one. But we'll take it. I thought that was going to be the sign that it was going to be our lucky day and we would get the clean sheet. Yet I was wrong. We didn't. But the point is, a ball is thrown into the box from a corner. And to be fair, Will Hughes probably shouldn't have so much of his man pulling the shirt. But that doesn't get seen, luckily. And instead, the main focus is the fact that the ball comes in, Bachmann tries to punch it, and it looks as though Andre Wisdom is blocking him off, and he misses it, and Kazim Richards finishes it, and it goes straight into the net, flies in, and you're thinking, oh dear, that was a bit of a howler. And it's Andre Wisdom that does back into him, but now rewatching it, perhaps Bachmann goes towards Wisdom and just misses it. And you know, the goal is chalked off. So I think we got lucky, but we'll take it, you know. VAR not in the Championship, which I think is good just for every team because, you know, those marginal offsides are just ridiculous in the Premier League. But Derby did get their comeuppance. They did get their payback later on in the game. You know, they felt aggrieved by that. And it was really funny at half-time when they were coming off the pitch and Kazim Richards just hung about to see the referee and basically said, I think you want to have another look at that, mate. And he tried to spud him. And guess what? He left him hanging. I mean, that's lethal. That is just rubbing salt in the wound from the referee there. So pretty brutal there. But the point is, we escaped with a clean sheet in the first half. Second half swings around and we just didn't quite have the chance to find that elusive third to kill the game off. We had a couple of half moments where we really should have maybe done better to kill off that game, but the pass just was not quite right, the shot not quite perfect. The main chance I remember was when it was nice build-up play and cleverly just kind of drags the ball with him really well, takes it in his stride, and he tries to set up Ken Sema, who's made a darting run into the box, and he just slightly overhits the pass and Sema's frustrated. But generally, yeah, just not enough action for us in the second half to extend our lead. And Derby start to regain some control, and we start to look like we're hanging on a bit, which was not good at all. And they got their goal, Derby, and it was through an own goal from William Troost-Ekong. Now, if I was a defender, I'm sure that I'd score this own goal. It's one of those ones, when you're in that position, it's hard to get out of it. If he doesn't stay in that position, number 19 behind him goes and gets a tap-in. So it had to be done in that position, but he just couldn't get his feet sorted out. A little bit like the own goal that Capoue scored all those weeks back in the season against Huddersfield. Just couldn't get his feet sorted out, and it was close range, straight into the roof of the net. No chance for Bachmann, who, you know, was trying to react to it in time, but it just went straight up, whoosh, ahead of him. And you felt as though that was a bit of a lifeline for Derby to get them back in the game. To be fair, a great ball in from Nathan Byrne. Very, very good to get the cross in. And it's a bit controversial because, and I said how Derby get their payback, this goal could have also been ruled out, but Kazim Richards in the build-up was offside. So that's a bit frustrating. If VAR was around, that would have called it off. But, you know, he did interfere and influence the phase of play. So, you know, we have to take it as it comes. That was one of those ones you say maybe it evens it up. But ultimately, it was the goal for Derby and we were just starting to look a bit nervous. And there were moments, pinch me moments in that game where you thought, we've survived that. And I will get to that in a second. But just generally, in terms of the performances today, Kiko Femenia, what an absolute cracking game. He was running down that byline. He was absolutely looking brilliant. The link up with Sarr was excellent today. Not so much Sema and Sarr today. Sema struggled to get in the game, got subbed off. And really, it was pretty cynical, wasn't it, from Derby's player that just took out the substitute Zinkernagel off the ball. But the point is, when we did look good today, we looked really good in that first half. It just ebbed away from us in the second. Luckily, we had enough in the tank to see it over the line. But ultimately, it was a game that Kiko can really be proud of. The little nutmeg at the end when we were trying to corner flag it, and he was just keeping the ball so well. So yeah, he's an absolute class player. When he's not in that team, we are a far worse side. And generally, I thought Bachmann had quite a decent game, and the main chance in that second half, he'll be unlucky to concede an own goal, of course, like most goalkeepers are. But the main chance for Derby in that second half, where your heart was in your mouth, so to speak, was that corner kick. And it was whipped in with whirl, curl, whippage, whatever you want to call it. And it nearly crept in, much to the amazement of all the Watford defenders. And that came after a little period at the end of the game where Cathcart, there was a spinning ball, and he just hoofed it. Completely got the, clearance wrong. A big error from him. And then the corners kept coming. And I think it might have been before that, actually. But the point is, it was during that phase of play, and it's sneaking in. It really is. At first, I thought it came off the post and then rebounded out. But actually, I think it was a save from Bachmann that palmed it away, and then he fell into the post. So putting his body on the line, and we heard the post, noise of the clang. So I thought that was the ball, but it would have been a sore one, I'm sure, for Daniel. But ultimately, really good save and nervy stuff. And ultimately, it was every hand to the pump at the end of the game. The Derby players were just launching balls into the box. The goalie even came up, Marshall, and at times you thought, oh my gosh, this guy's going to get an unbelievable goal, It was just defensively worrying, but we did enough and we cleared it away just in time. So it's a great win. It's a massive result because we wanted to keep up with Swansea and Brentford. We're now level with Brentford. They've got a game in hand on us, though. They play tomorrow against Coventry. Fingers crossed, Coventry. But, the chances are Brentford will bounce back from those 2 defeats. But ultimately, it was a massive result. 3 wins on the bounce is brilliant. And we just got to keep this going. Against Bristol City, absolutely excellent performance. Against Preston, much better performance. And we got the job done. And today, it was a very good performance in that first half. And then, just like Preston, we got the job done. Nervy, but we got the win. And that's all you need in this result, in this performance, in this division. Results gets you points. It's as simple as that. Obviously, that's, stating the obvious. But it's so important when you've got so many competitive teams in the Championship. It can be hard to keep them quiet and, see the wins over the line, and we've done that in the last few games. So, shame to not get the Bachmann clean sheet. That would have been nice. And a shame that Kiko didn't get an assist or anything, because he looked really good in the game. And Sema, not so much. Pedro, brilliant once again. It just seems that's going to be the way now, Pedro leading the line, and I'm happy with that. He's such a great player, and I think Sarr had a very good game, but Femenia, very, very good. Cleverly, obviously, getting a booking. And Hughes getting a booking, which, was a bit unfortunate. Cleverly did win the ball, which was a bit tough on him, but ultimately we took off Chalobah because we knew we had 9 bookings for that man. We didn't want to get, him suspended for the next one. But ultimately, it's a decent result, lads. Friday night sets the weekend up in a great style. And I'm giving my man of the match to Will Hughes. He was just stuck in today in all of the action against his former team, of course. And got the decisive second goal to see us get the 3 points. So, come on, you Orns. We go to, of course, who do we go to next? I actually don't even know. I haven't checked Watford's next games. But the point is, we go to the next game, whatever that may be. I think it might be a tough team. I think is it Blackburn? Yeah, Blackburn on Wednesday, which will be a very game that's tough at Ewood Park. I think that's what it's called. The point is, though, a massive result, and we got the 3 points. See you later. Thanks for watching.